What is going on, everyone? Got to put up the deuces. We are a quarter of the way through the college football season. We in the second quarter, y'all. We talking SEC Insider Football with my buddy Cole Cubelic, and he loves me today, let me tell you. All right, Cole, so we are talking Auburn football, coming off a win over Kent State 55-16, heading into SEC play. They're heading to College Station. Auburn, hey, they've been the winner in College Station every year, but here's what I want to know from you. What does this Auburn football team need to eliminate if they want to get out of College Station alive with the big dub?
Oh, a couple of the issues that I see with Auburn, I mean, we could say little things like the offensive line needs to become more physical, get more of a push at the line of scrimmage. Against this particular defensive line, I don't see that happening. But there are some bad habits that I think Auburn could and maybe has already started to get away from. If you really go back and watch the Kent State film, the one thing that excited me about the Auburn offense, a lot of people were just going to say, oh, they ran the ball and they were dominant in the rushing attack and different people touched the ball, Joey Gatewood. The biggest thing that I saw that made me the happiest about what they might be able to become down the road is they actually ran the ball to 4 receiver sets. What an amazing concept to remove defenders from the tackle box, get them further away from the football, and things will open up closer to the football. Ooh. I mean, it's a novel concept, but it works. You saw a little bit of it with this Auburn football team against Kent State. Maybe they try to implement a little bit more of that. And then obviously with Joey Gatewood getting involved, Shivers had a little bit of a different role. I think you saw Harold Joyner have a different role in this Auburn rushing attack. Changing up formations and mixing and matching the personnel groupings, I think are going to be big for the rest of the season if this is still going to be a run-first football team. If not, they're going to have to lean on a true freshman quarterback, and that's a very difficult thing to do. Another thing that needs to improve, and we may see it show up this week, is the protection from the running backs. There have been a couple of running backs the last 2 weeks that have been absolutely embarrassed in pass protection. And you're about to step into a world with totally different pass rushers. I mean, Texas A&M has got some dudes. Bobby Brown, Justin Matabike, Michael Clemens. Florida has got some dudes. You go back and watch Grenard and what he did to Kentucky and what he did week 1. Jabari Zuniga goes out of the Kentucky game, but you saw him against Miami. He can be an elite pass rusher. You're about to start getting against elite guys off the edge every single week. The Auburn running backs have to step up in protection. And maybe J.J. Wilson's a guy with an expanded role against Kent State that can see more time and help shore that up a little bit down the road. But those things offensively I think are going to have to change moving forward if Auburn's going to be a very different football team. And the last thing I would say, and this is nothing that the coaches can do or really the players have a lot of control of, they got to get healthy. I mean, it's too early in the season for Prince Tega to be missing time, Seth Williams to be missing time, a couple other guys to maybe be questionable. Derek Brown obviously leads the game against Kent State. It's way too early in the year for some of your key players, guys that you're going to have to lean on. And I'm not talking about just make a play or two, make a lot of plays for you to be missing time in the season. So maybe if you need a time off against Kent State, that's great. Obviously, Anthony Schwartz has been banged up for a lot of the season, waiting to get him back. Auburn's got to get healthy because I think this 3-game stretch that's coming up is going to define their season.
So biggest area of concern in terms of depth with the
it
health.
Happening.
Depth. Where is your biggest area of concern with depth in terms of health right now?
It's offensive line. Because now Bailey Sharp's going to be out for, 6 weeks? He's going to miss an extended period of time. And my opinion is if that's Texas A&M or Florida, I'm not sure Bailey Sharp gets to start at left tackle. Now, he handled himself and he did some good things, and it's good that he's shown some improvement and had the capabilities to step in for Prince Tega, but I'm not sure if that wasn't Florida or A&M or Georgia or Alabama that we wouldn't have seen Jack Driscoll go to left tackle and maybe somebody else take over at right tackle. Not sure, but just that's kind of my opinion on that. Now he's going to be gone, so he can't even fill in, and Prince Tega couldn't go against Kent State. And they didn't have any depth there to begin with. Outside of center, where I think Nick Brahms can be a viable replacement, I don't really know if you know what you have back in the rest of that offensive lineup. So that by far, to me, is the biggest position of concern when it comes to depth for this Auburn football team.
All right, thanks so much. He's Cole Cubelic. You can catch him on the SEC Network as well as 3-Man Front on Jocks Radio. We appreciate your insight as always. And for all your Auburn Tiger updates, you can visit us on AL.com.